Welcome back to Rick's Reflections, where we take a look at the upcoming Sunday Gospel reading and see how it applies to our lives today. Well, this is it. This is the final week of what we call the Bread of Life discourse. We've been talking in weeks prior about how Jesus instituted the Eucharist. And so he's been talking these last few weeks in the Gospel about having to eat his flesh and drink his blood if you want to have everlasting life. Now, he said it 3 times already, and now comes the choice of the people, right? So they've heard, and we're about to hear what their response is to what Jesus has had to say. Now, Jesus has had some very controversial teachings so far, but this one is right up there with any of them. As soon as they hear this, they're confused, they don't quite understand, and he tries to help them along, tries to help them to understand what it means to eat of the flesh and drink of the blood. And finally, when he spells it out, here was their response. Ready? It says this: "As a result of this, many of his disciples returned to their former way of life and no longer accompanied him." Because at the beginning of the gospel, we're going to hear them say, well, this teaching is too hard. This teaching about you are the bread of life. We have to eat of your flesh and drink of your blood. That's just crazy. That's too difficult. Jesus, that's too much. But doesn't that happen still yet today? Do we not have people who maybe just go up, don't really believe that it is the body and blood of Jesus, yet this is exactly what he was calling us to believe, to partake in, to eat of his flesh, to drink of his blood. And we see it was controversial back then, and it is still controversial today for some people. Some people wholeheartedly believe, and they don't have to question it. Others have to question, yet still believe, and some yet still, just like these former apostles, can't believe it. It's just too hard a teaching. For me, it's simple. The Lord desires a deep relationship with each of us. It can't be any deeper than to receive him into yourself, to receive the Lord into who you are, helping him to form who you are from the inside out. This week, as we approach communion, let us allow the Lord to change us from the inside out. May we be ready to receive him, but also ready for that transformation. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you next time on Rick's Reflections.